Hello, IJ. How are you?
Fine, Lee. How you doing, man? Long time no see.
Yeah. It's nice working together again.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Say, tell me, how's our friend, the pig?
He still stinks.
Yeah, right.
La 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 la. That's cool. La 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 la. That's bad. La 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 la. That's cool. La 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 la. That's bad.
That's trash.
Hello, and welcome to That's Cool, That's Trash, the podcast where we watch a psychotronic movie online, then get together on Skype to break down the crazy, or Zoom. I'm your host, Matt Howell, and I'm joined today by Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hello.
And Ben. What's up, Ben?
Hey, Matt.
Thanks for being here, guys, and for joining me to talk about not a classic of 70s cinema, but a movie that came from the 70s.
Definitely a movie. Yep.
And we're watching an Al Adamson movie. We did one of his movies, Joe. We did Dracula versus Frankenstein way back in the early days of the show. And we actually ended up listening to that
battle. Who won that battle, by the way? I don't even remember.
The viewers.
Yeah, it was it was more about the journey, I guess.
It was. Yeah. I think that I ended up actually listening to it for another reason, but we really enjoyed it in our reviews. I was surprised getting at the end that we all had such a great time with it. It's a mess, but it was a fun mess. And an Al Adamson documentary came out recently that I really want to check out. I don't know if you guys know much about him, but he had a weird ending. He had a very strange career of just schlocky stuff that was fun, but he was murdered by a contractor of his and buried like under his hot tub or something. Like, it was a very strange, weird ending to his life.
Oh my.
But that documentary just came out. I really want to check that out. But we were watching, he dipped his toe into the blaxploitation pool and /spy / kung fu, I guess, pools. It's a big pool.
Mm-hmm.
So, Joe, tell them what we watched.
Oh, okay. So this is my what we call TV guide synopsis of our film. Death Dimension, 1978, 90 minutes. Plans for a weather machine bomb thingy will fall into the wrong hands unless karate cops can kung fu it away from them. Rated R for punching and kicking, boobies, and swears.
And in case you're flipping through your film guide right now, your Moultons or your whatever, also known as Death Dimensions, also known as Freeze Bomb, also known as Icy Death, also known as The Kill Factor, and also known as Black Eliminator.
And which of those titles do you think most accurately describes this film? Because there's not really a dimension in this film. Dimension implies like there's almost like a sci-fi element to it.
Was there an icy death? Did you say that? Because that sounds.
There is one in the first few minutes of the film.
Yeah.
There's also a freeze bomb. Same thing. Kill factor is just a nice general.
Yeah, that's like kill factor. Yeah, that's one of those. Just like that's a generic. What do you call him? The ponytail guy, like a Steven Seagal movie or something.
Yeah, totally. So this one, thankfully, does not star Seagal. It stars Jim Kelly, who I have a huge affinity for.
Jim Carrey from The Mask?
Jim Kelly from Enter the Dragon.
Oh.
The African-American. So, Enter the Dragon is Bruce Lee, John Saxon, and Jim Kelly basically as the stars. And I love him. And I love his solo film that's kind of like his most well-regarded one, which is Black Belt Jones. Have you ever seen that, Joe?
I don't think so.
It has an amazing soundtrack by Dennis Coffey. It's one of my favorite blaxploitation movies, period. It's highly entertaining.
Sorry, do you know who did this soundtrack for this film?
No,
It wasn't Dennis Coffey? Okay.
No,
I don't know.
Dennis Coffey's good all the time.
Okay,
this was good kind of sometimes.
Yeah, like soundtrack wise, that was kind of a probably a strong point for me for this film. But we can
I
get to
really enjoyed the soundtrack.
That's what I'm saying.
It had some funky synth lines. It was.
I thought it was a very unhackneyed for the time kind of
Sure.
Like it could have been real like boilerplate like action stuff and get it from the from the sound library, and I thought it was like pretty inventive, except for I didn't care for the like the original songs with the lyrics and stuff. There's a couple of those, but
Yeah.
but the soundtrack like score stuff was
Yes.
pretty cool and hip.
And we will play some of those a little bit, but the music was by Chuck Ransdell, who I'd never heard of. But I did like some of the music in here, definitely. So Joe, you gave us the TV guide thing. Ben, can you kind of dive a little bit deeper, just kind of give like a paragraph synopsis so people at home can follow along if they haven't seen this thing?
Yeah. Let me see if I can give this a go here. Crime boss, the Pig, has a brilliant scientist, Dr. Mason, working for him to develop a weather-controlling bomb to auction off to the highest bidder. Dr. Mason suddenly has an attack of his conscience and sends his assistant away with all his life work and a micro dot. Somehow an army general and an LAPD captain know all of this and put a martial arts instructor on the case to find her.
He's also a cop, but yeah, that's good. You got it.
Yeah, karate cops.
Okay, so this thing was exploitative in several ways. We can go around the horn and talk about them if you want, but for one thing, it stars a guy called Myron, quote unquote, Bruce Lee, as his I don't know if he's his partner or what, but he's featured in it just enough to be on the poster and have his name on the poster and make people think Bruce Lee might have made it before he died. So it's a Bruce Lee kind of exploitation thing. I guess my main issue with it was the fact that it presented itself in the first 5 minutes as an espionage thriller, and it was not an espionage thriller in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
The Spectre-esque Bond weapon that is shown hilariously in the opening scene is never seen again and only talked about endlessly by everyone in the film.
Yeah, there's a lot of Bondian elements that are either underused or seen and never seen again or completely not used at all. We should mention that in addition to so we have Jim Kelly we talked about, and we've talked about Myron Bruce in quotes Lee. Two of the other notables in this film are the guy who played Oddjob in Goldfinger, and he's actually has Odd Job in the middle of his name in quotes built in this film. So that's exploitative. And then one-time Bond, George Lazenby, who was in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, and he's been in some bad movies. Like he was in he usually in the post-Bond thing, because he opted out of that. The history of that, there's you can look that up, but he basically did one Bond film and then said no thank you. But every acting that he did after that, or not every acting, but a lot of acting jobs he did after that, he was sort of exploited in that way, where they would put him. There's a Mystery Science Theater one, and I can't remember what it was, but there's one where he's definitely like an intelligence agent. He's in a tux, like a white tux with a bow tie, and I think they even have him as in an Aston Martin at one point. Like it's very much they're like Bond, but he's not Bond. Like they might as well call him like Bames John. So and he's super underused, although you do get to hear him use like his actual accent. I don't know if he's slipping or he's using his actual, because he's Australian.
Right.
And he had to learn. I watched an actual documentary about this dude, but he had a vocal coach to be like, oh, we have to learn to teach you to speak proper, because no one's going to, British people would not have it if Bond was sounding Australian. It'd be like if you had, God, I'm trying to think of an equivalent, but like an American
British Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, it is kind of that. I mean, it's like it like an American thing, and you wanted it to be like high class, and then it was like, it's like whoa, hey y'all, that's what it sounds like to them. It's like, hey y'all, I'm James Bond.
What
How
y'all
you
doing?
I got a license to kill, y'all. Like
Hey,
that would not friggin' fly with them. So they're like, no, you can't. We can't just go like, like to us it sounds similar enough, I guess, but I don't know. So he's in it, and Odd Job, who's fucking terrible.
Oh, man.
He's the most ADR'd of anybody. He's clearly reading his own lines and then reading either he ADR'd him or somebody else did, but he has no attitude for how badass he is in Goldfinger, where you're like, whoa, that's scary. And you have to remember in Goldfinger he says very little.
Yeah.
And in this he talks a lot, and it's just like he just seems like kind of a huffy businessman. Like it's not very scary. Helps that it doesn't help that he doesn't have a shaved head. He kind of just has like grown out like baldy weirdness, and he also doesn't have a hat with a blade on it that like can hurt people. So yeah.
But there's a portrait of him as Odd Job in the background of his lair. Did you see that?
I missed that.
So Joe, I think the episode that George Lazenby was in on Mystery Science Theater was The Master, that TV show with Lee Van Cleef and Timothy Van Patten and Sho Kosugi. Remember that 80s ninja TV show?
Yeah.
It's the only thing I'm seeing on Lazenby's IMDb page that was a Mystery Science Theater episode.
It was, yes, because it was one where they have to go and infiltrate. It looks like a castle.
Yeah, I've seen
Right?
that one. Yeah.
It's one of those cobbled together master things. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's that. Yeah, it's got to be that.
So he put in a day or two's work. So he got to be on the poster. I think this was very much about the poster and the names, like Joe was saying. So I mean, Goldfinger was what, 64?
No, 65.
Okay. So
yeah,
this is
Dr. No 62. Yeah, 65, I think.
Okay, so Death Dimension is 1978, folks. So we're talking about 15 years approximately after this guy was relevant, almost. So Al Adamson was digging pretty deep down in the barrel here.
Well, Lazenby, though, would have been still fresh.
Right, because he was, what was his term, 68?
Honor Majesty's Secret Service was, like roughly 1970 because, well, Diamonds Are Forever is 1970, and that's where they brought Sean Connery back.
For that one, yeah.
Which means I think it was the year before that was Honor Majesty's Secret Service. It was 68 or 69, and then they went, ooh, Connery's coming back for one more. So, yeah. So it would have been, like, people would have still known who he was and not thought, oh, he's just some British model guy.
So Ben,
yeah.
Are you a Bond guy? Are you a Bond fan?
And yes, in my I guess late teen, early 20s, I enjoyed me some Bond.
Okay.
I've not rewatched any Bond in a very long time.
Okay.
Did you just call him Jason? Did you just call him Jason Bond?
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, I used to love Jason Bond. You kidding me, man? Oh, I was the biggest.
I, however, did get a ton of Bond vibes from this. Like wannabe Bond vibes, if you will.
But wannabe.
If you cut the budget by a lot. Yeah. And then maybe ask like a 15-year-old to make a Bond film. This might be what kind of came out of it.
Right.
Bond with more boobs.
Yes. So I'm trying to think what else in here were feature bits that might pull somebody in. The real madam of the Mustang Ranch and the Mustang Ranch itself was featured in a scene as I
couldn't really figure out why that happened.
I have to tell you,
Mustang Ranch.
It's interesting. This plot is so bare, and this film is so stretched out story-wise, but there's a couple things in the very beginning I don't quite understand, and they never really made sense to me the entire film. So, in the beginning, we see Dr. Mason implanting the microdot of his data for his weapon into his assistant's scalp. And then she escapes, and he goes to the test.
Lost me at that, by the way. That was like a 6-minute scene of cutting and sewing a like quarter-inch
Yeah, I was just gonna say that
on
it's
someone's
like,
forehead. I almost left. Almost didn't make it through that first 6 minutes.
it's very nauseating, and the credits are going over it, so you kind of are forced to sit through it, sort of. But also, microdot.
Cusack is terrible.
Microdot. Is it a microdot? Because it looks like a fucking macro dot.
Yeah, I know.
Like that, like a piece of confetti. A piece of confetti is smaller than that microdot. So I don't know if we can call it a microdot. I mean, it looked like it was the size of a microchip.
I think they meant like micro dot of like acid size.
Like
A hit of
dot
acid.
that is round. Microdot, a hit of acid though is like a microdot is smaller than that. The paper is bigger.
Oh, well, whatever.
Yeah, they kind of don't care either.
Joe, they had a schedule, all right. So you're already behind
What
schedule.
do we call it? Microdot. That's a thing people have heard. You know.
So yeah, the opening scene is a surgical procedure, which is kind of gross, and they play this really inappropriate jazz music. Do we want to play a few seconds of this bizarre?
My joke for this was, by the way, was like, this is a really weird first date.
Okay, let's have a listen to a little sample of this. So yeah, the
Very
sax.
bizarre intro scene and very long.
Yes, very long. One of those. Let's play the whole song because we paid for the whole song scenes.
One, you got to thank all the nice people that worked on the movie for probably almost free.
True.
You know, they were promised a credit in the free movie credits roll.
So, I guess in my selection process for this show, I have a long queue of stuff that's been recommended by YouTube after I've watched something weird, and I'll just throw it in the watch later thing. And then when I'm bored one night, I'll kind of watch the first 20 to 30 minutes of something and see if it seems promising. I think I must have turned this on and watched through the bomb test, which I remember laughing out loud and kind of doubling over and almost spilling my drink. And then thinking, well, obviously we're watching this. It's got Jim Kelly in it, and it's got this terrible Bond weapon. I probably should have watched a little bit more, because I don't know if I would have selected it at that point. The bomb is fucking hilarious. So it looks there's two pairs of people tied to a stake in the ground.
Two separate stakes. So two people on one stake and two people on another stake, and they're about 4 or 6 feet apart. And
the bomb is, we find out from Dr. Mason that well, we have a sample. Do you want to hear him talking to the pig?
Yeah, let's let him explain it. It's his invention.
Ah, Dr. Mason. Good of you to drop by. Where's that beautiful assistant of yours?
She is in the control room.
I want her here. I'm rather fond of her.
Mr. Santomassino, since you called me away from the control room, someone must be in charge of the test. If you want to call all of this off, perhaps I can arrange for her to come up and sit in your lap.
Your tongue is much too sharp for your own good, Doctor.
So
that didn't help.
I thought
that may be one of the peaks of this movie to me. I really like that really terrible dialogue.
Like, what is it? Is it the sort of like staccato delivery, or?
It's the staccato delivery that, like, one thing saying like maybe she should come sit in your lap is like too sharp of a tongue. Like, it's barely even like a thing.
He was sassing that whole time. If you were a parent, you would know the tone of his voice was
How
sassy.
dare you? Yeah.
So he explains that I made this bomb for feeding starving
good.
people. Yeah, for like
It's a bomb for good.
it's a snow rain bomb for
It's a good
desert
bomb.
areas, which makes sense. But
Yeah.
okay,
Why did it have to be a bomb though? I'm just saying.
I don't know. That's
And
how
apparently it can only take out 2 people tied to stakes in like a, I don't know, 6-foot radius.
Yeah, it's got like a 10-foot radius, and it blows up and it starts snowing white painted cornflakes around them, and then they're all frozen stiff. Fucking hilarious. That was hilarious.
I would have liked an explanation that was like some pseudoscience explanation that was like, but Dr. Science, why a bomb? And he was like, well, we needed a fission reaction to necessitate it's the only way that we could generate absolute zero temperatures or some bullshit like that. Like, look, I just did it. And they do nothing. I'm like, why the fuck is this a bomb? And also, we don't hear anything about it at any other point in the movie. It's just like, weather machine, the thing, you saw it. So obviously bad guys can't have it. And
yeah.
I mean, pretty much, right? Except
this also has Aldo Ray in
Right.
it, and he's very angry about he wants to buy it. But yeah, you don't hear about it outside of Aldo Ray.
No. Everybody else is just like, they don't tell you more about it. No more information is revealed about the what's and whys and how it works and wheres and whatever of it. You just know that actually you don't even know that a lot of other people want to buy it. All you know is that Oddjob is telling Aldo Ray, is saying that other people want to buy it. He's like maybe bluffing that it's like, well, other people are very interested. And of course, because he doesn't have it,
See,
quite.
Joe, that's the difference between you and me. I'm an optimist, and I always look for the best in people, and you assume everybody's trying to get something from you. It's depressing.
But you assume that, like an optimist, that he has the death machine and he's just trying to sell it for $30 million
to the highest
like
bidder.
An optimist would. Yeah.
So another part I really enjoyed right after this, there's, I don't know, the guards, other henchmen, whatever they are, come running up right after the bomb test, I believe, and declare that the assistant is missing. And the dialogue there is pretty spot on. Do you have a clip of that, Matt? It's something.
I have maybe. Let's listen.
What is it?
Someone's left the complex, sir.
Find out who it is immediately.
We know, sir.
Who?
Felicia Roberts, Dr. Mason's assistant.
Stop her. She must not leave here.
There's one other thing, sir.
What?
There's been a fire in Dr. Mason's office. All of the files were destroyed.
Get the girl.
Yes.
That damn bitch has the plan. Doesn't she, Doctor? After all I've done for you. Finance, experiment, given you all the money you want. Why, Doctor?
Perhaps I had a twinge of conscience, Smith.
An unfortunate twin. We'll get the data from you, Doctor. Atopo, the doctor wants your special treatment. Make it painful until he begs you to listen.
You're too late.
Okay, so we got that take.
I love the
I think we can
slow
move
roll
on. The director's like, yeah, we got it. So we're moving on to the next shot.
The way they man, that. Once again, this was like the peak of the movie to me. This like 5 minutes right in here.
So would you say that maybe he could have do you think it's padding to say maybe someone got away and then go, who got away? And then say, well, we know who it is. And then, well, who is it? It's the girl. What girl? The daughter. Daughter of who? The doctor. I mean, that's basically what they're doing, right? They could have just said, like, the doctor's daughter got away and she's got the plans with her. They could have,
that wasn't his daughter.
It's not his daughter. No, it's his assistant.
Assistant, sorry.
He has a daughter, but we don't see her.
Right, that's why I'm confused. Okay. Yeah, they okay, but
she's Felicia Roberts.
Okay. But
She was gonna get a
nevertheless,
spin-off, but-
they could have cut to the chase with that, like, she got away, even just said she got away and he knows who they mean, and then been like, damn it, go after him. And that would have been, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But instead they were like, who? Well, who was it? We'll
The
see who it
person you
is.
had-
when we
the
know
person you
who.
have a boner about that's on this only other woman on this island. You know, that person.
You know, the only person who matters who might have had the plans or the files or whatever, like, they don't give a shit about somebody just running away.
Okay. Can you one of you two clear up a major mystery for me? And this is like the main thing that I wondered the entire film and it never got resolved. There's a guy during this whole bomb test in the bushes on the hill in the scrub with binoculars watching the bomb test, correct?
Shit. Yeah, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And so they also, do the henchmen not say that she left the island? Does the island is referred to, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then that guy in the next scene is at Mustang Ranch, or he's at wherever Jim Kelly's character walks out of Mustang Ranch in Nevada, goes around the corner and is there.
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck is the island? I don't understand. There's never a reference.
Is
There's
it
boats.
is it Vegas Island?
Vegas Island.
Reno Island.
Yeah, I'm very
back to the
I was very
Caribbean.
confused about location the whole time.
Is there an island in Lake Tahoe? Because they also did this thing where they're like, oh, he went to the lake or whatever, and they're like, they were in Reno, and then it was like, suddenly there's boats in a big lake, and I'm like, is this supposed to be Lake Tahoe? Like, that's the closest big lake, right?
And then they're at Palm Springs for a while.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
happened. There was a Palm Springs reference, like, but Mustang Ranch is in, like, between Vegas and Reno. I think it's outside of Reno.
There
right?
definitely was a boat chase.
There was a boat chase, but it was
There's-
like outside of Reno, which I'm like, so is this supposed to be Lake Tahoe? I don't know.
There's a couple shots in the strip of Reno,
Definitely.
and there's a lot of that kind of filmmaking of trust me, we're in Palm Springs right now. Trust me, now we're in, not a lot of proof in the pudding. It was just a lot of different
No,
locations.
They were like 10 miles outside of LA, or they were just in anywhere in California that was like east of San Bernardino is where they were.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
still in California, so they were like 10 miles east of Barstow or something, and it was like no, we're there. Yeah, we're there. Trust.
Hold
Palm
on.
Springs. I'm like, you got to show me some Lamborghinis and Ferraris if you're in the 70s or 80s and you're in Palm Springs. I need some glitz and glamour because that's rich people's playground at that point.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be like, ugh, it's freaking Palm Springs. Like, don't show me like they're just like showing some residential street in LA and then cutting to like some deserty shit in Yucaipa or whatever. I'm like, I'm not fucking buying it, man. Like, that's Calamasa. Like, it's not. Yeah, they're like, no, Palm Springs. Look, palm tree.
So, is that guy seen later, or is that a different person? Or is it just yet another person? Because someone right after that sneaks onto that compound. He's wearing like a blazer with elbow patches.
Yeah.
And then gets his ass kicked.
I think he gets
He's the
he gets his arm
substitute
broken,
teacher.
right? Yeah. He's Mr. Cotter.
I never figured out who that guy is. You're right.
So
Is that the guy that was in the bushes?
yes.
Okay. And he's later at the Mustang Ranch with his broken arm?
No, he walks away from the bomb test and then pops out, and that same henchman with the ring, the blade ring, comes up to him and says like, "Hey, so you want to see pretty girls, right?" Which means he's at Mustang Ranch.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
And then breaks his arm and then slashes his throat with his fancy spy ring. So he's in the same location, but they're on an island. It doesn't make any sense.
Haitian ring.
The Haitian, yes. God, that was a very Sherlockian path that we went down to find that. Anyway, I'm kidding.
Yeah, because they say he's like, don't you see? He went from right to left. That means he's left-handed, and this mark was made with the left hand, and it was made by a ring, and this kind of ring, and it's a Haitian thing, and they wear this Haitian mafia or whatever wears like a ring on their pinky or their left hand. It's a thing they do or something. And it's like,
Yes.
okay. It's kind of like, it made me think of that thing. Like I've seen it multiple times in like Columbos and shit like that, where they say like, I'm okay with the, like, I saw you write with your right hand, so I know you're right-handed. What I fucking don't like, and I've seen this several times, is, well, I saw him light a cigarette and he held the cigarette in his left hand, so therefore he's left-handed. And I've seen that in Columbos, and I'm like, you should know better, Columbo. Like, you Columbo, the writers, you should know better. Like, you may, if you smoke a cigarette, be able to smoke it with ambidextrously. And here's why. In fact, if anything, you should be able to, if you have a cigarette in your left hand, you might be right-handed. So you can do shit with your right hand, like write or drive while you smoke, right? Like,
Yes.
It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So I guess like the Haitian ring thing reminded me of that, where it was like, so clearly this, and it's like, okay, that feels like a fucking leap. Like it's not like he left a wax impression of this, Haitian ring, and you're like, yep, that's the one.
Right.
It's like by the way his neck was torn, they're like, well, it definitely came from right to left, and it was a pinky ring for sure. Couldn't have been any other finger or any other weapon. Okay.
So, yes. So the writer is employing the Sherlock Holmes thing where, like, when he met Watson, he's like, oh, you were in India and you were shot in your left side or whatever, like that. And then he explains everything and how he knew everything. So he's trying to establish Jim Kelly's character, which is Detective Ash, I think it's John Ash, as this brilliant cop. And let's just play the scene where
I swear in the first half he's called RJ for like a ton of it.
No,
and then suddenly he's Ash.
Myron Bruce Lee's character calls him RJ or AJ or
AJ?
something
like that
several times, and it makes no sense. It caught me up every single time. But here's him doing his Sherlock routine.
The hoe is very big. The man had to have large hands. Plus, it's a very neat job. Has to be done by an expert.
So we check out all martial art experts in Nevada.
All Haitian martial art experts.
Educate me.
Okay. The man who did this job was wearing a ring on the little finger of his left hand.
And that makes him Haitian.
Okay, stay with me, Tom. The gash is from left to right. It makes the killer left-handed.
Good.
Look at this scrape. In the beginning of a small welt. The neck has been scraped by a ring. It caught Tobian first.
But why Haitian?
Look at the finger imprints on the neck. The ring was on the little finger.
Left hand.
Right.
Why Haitian?
The Pilu cult of Haiti wears a little ring on the little finger of the left hand. Okay? This is a tribal tradition.
Doesn't give us much to go on.
I love how disgusted he is that he doesn't know that about the Haitian rings.
Like, you don't. Okay, let me educate you. Yeah, it's even when it's explained though, it's like flimsy at best. Like in a Sherlock reveal, even when like a Sherlock version of that, what you want to get from that is sort of like you don't think about it too hard and you go, oh wow, yeah, okay, unless you analyze it a little bit and then you go, wait a minute, like, oh yeah, he crumpled up the paper with this hand, so he's this handedness? That doesn't make any sense. But this one, it's like you hear him explaining it, and as you're listening to it, you're like, like, not this doesn't give us much to go on, but more like that's so flimsy. Like that's a lead at best, like, but not something you can get a warrant for or anything else. Like it's not like, oh well, forensics says, it doesn't. It's so inconclusive and just like conspiracy theory. I don't know. It just seems so flimsy to me.
And like Doyle like set up Sherlock as like in the first stories, like showing that he's manically collecting data for the purposes of doing these investigations. Like I think in the first Sherlock Holmes story, Watson's marveling at how like he buys tobacco from different shops and watches the way the ashes burn so he can know which tobacco he finds at like the scene of a crime. Like he's a coked out freak in the way
Well,
that
he's an OCD guy, and I think you hit on something here, which like I just realized this was like the same reason that I don't buy this bit from Jim Kelly's character in this, and he's also like Kung Fu guy, is sort of like the flip flop of it is I don't buy the Guy Ritchie version of Sherlock Holmes where it's like, oh, also he's a big fisticuffs dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, no. Like, pick your battles. Like, Columbo didn't have a gun. Sherlock's like, I get you with my brains. Like, he doesn't have to be the smartest man in the world. And like, oh, and I'm also like, I fight like the Black Widow. Like, that's kind of stupid.
I thought he did box in the original stories, though.
I think he did box, but I think like being like, oh, I'm the biggest roustabout, like a Guy Ritchie version of that is fucking kind of crazy.
No, I
he's like, right, mate. Okay, well, I can take the bloody knuckles with the best of them. Also, I'm the smartest bloke this side of fucking Becker Street. I am. Like, all right, fucking pick a lane, man.
So one thing I wanted to mention before we moved on is that, you know, we were talking about how this has so many locations that aren't really locations or whatever. I felt like they were trying to do that Bond thing, which is also like in the Beatles Help, where it's like all these exotic locations, right? To just like you buy a ticket to a Bond film, you're going to go to Tahiti, you're going to see the Alps, you're going to see, you know, whatever,
the Bahamas,
Kuala Lumpur, whatever. You're going to see these cool locations. And in this, I felt like they were just trying to show like create scope that wasn't there at all, and it was really obvious that it wasn't there to a depressing extent, kind of.
Well, yeah, like James Bond films used like the Caribbean islands or the Bahamas or Jamaica so many times, and when they in the 70s they would use America, they were using like the swamp areas, like because they had adjacency to that and because they were interesting and because apparently it's, you know, that's a B movie thing too. It's like swamps are interesting and cheap to film in. You know, it's swamp creature and blah, 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 like swamp diamonds and everything else. But yeah, they actually went to those locations. They were actually in New Orleans and Florida and Kingston and, you know, somewhere in the Bahamas. And like you said, like, well, we're actually in Switzerland. We're actually in wherever the fuck.
Not some wood paneled shag carpeted living room just saying, well, now we're in the Everglades, so I'll see you in LA in 2 hours.
We're in Palm Springs. Look, there's a palm tree right there.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
There's a spring
that
right
was definitely
next to
a depressing kind of element of this. So we get to meet Jim Kelly's character, like I said, and see some of his police work. We get to see him also training some guys in his martial arts in his off hours, giving them self-defense techniques.
There's only one reason for this class, gentlemen. And that's to teach you how to survive in the street. The name of the game is Save Your Ass.
I like where he says, you know, back yourself in a corner and use the corner, and there's not a corner. It's just like a wall between two doors.
Yeah.
He's like, get yourself in a corner and you can use the corner to kick off of. And it's like, that's not a corner. And the room has a corner. Like there's no reason not to stage it that way for that line. It doesn't make sense.
It's a Zen thing, Joe. You just don't.
The corner in your mind.
You don't get it.
There's another line in here I really enjoyed, which I think was right in this area. Any weapon to be used in a jabbing motion only.
Oh, yeah. I didn't make a clip of that one, but I like that.
I thought you were going to say class dismissed.
I do love one of Jim Kelly's signature things is he'll do like these really rapid like punches or kicks, like these rabbit kicks or like rabbit punches.
Yeah.
Where you just like even between two guys, I that makes me fucking smile every time. I love it.
Yes. Easily the best thing in all of the fighting in all of this movie is when he goes bah, 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 like just does like rapid, like he's doing a
speed bag.
The speed bag, yeah, like doing speed bag. Or there's one thing, and I can't remember exactly where it is, but it's pretty early, where he has two guys, and he kind of has them both in headlocks, like they're facing him, and he goes like, he does kicks between them. It's like bap, 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 like kicking them both in the stomach. And it's like kind of that I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. That's crazy. Like, I love that.
I also love that he has no problem going to people's junk. He grabs or pushes and kicks people in the balls a lot.
That was like a mental note I made. I was like, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of nut shots in this for like any action film, like more than I've ever seen. Usually, most action films, even ones that are like, oh, we're going there, you're gonna have one thing where it's like, okay, we got to get out of this, and like the hero is cornered, and then they're gonna do like a nut grab and pull, or like a, you know, or you have especially if you have a female protagonist, she's gonna be like, what? All bets are off. I'm like, kick to the groin, fuck yeah. But this one has so many nut grabs, nut shots, like it was, and not played for comedy, I don't think.
Nope. These are that's not. There's not much comedy in this. This is that was like an element of realism to me, where it's like you're being double or triple teamed by dudes. Go for their nuts.
Yeah,
you're gonna go for nuts.
Sand in their face. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I think he does at one point, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like, but the fact that I say that with a kind of a question mark is like, when I was watching it, I was like, I don't think this is supposed to be played for laughs, is it? And the reason I say that is because you're dealing in this sort of blaxploitation territory, right?
Right.
Of action film, and not a large part of it, but there's a portion of that that's tongue in cheek and that's self-aware. Like, have you ever seen any of the Rudy Ray Moore shit?
Oh yeah, Dolomite and
yeah. Like Dolomite, all its sequels. It's like, it's so like, baby, I'm out of here, and then it's like, wow, you know, like fucking crazy. And so it's like, my tendency was like, oh, they're going for humor. This film could need that, you know. This could use a little nut shot, like boing, you know. it's like no, they're not. They're not doing that. They're not doing that.
No, they are not. This was very straight-faced and sober for a movie. Speaking of sober, the reason I'm drinking, I'm having some Old English 800 malt liquor tonight for my beverage, and it's themed because there's a scene in here that I really liked where we get to see Detective Ash and his girlfriend, and she's asking him why he's having these healthful fresh squeezed juices with some beer afterwards. And it brought up malt liquor in an interesting way, and I went down this whole rabbit hole about black communities and being targeted by malt liquor companies, and the whole history of malt liquor. It's fascinating, wasn't it, guys?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to play this clip.
How can you mix health juices and then put a beer on top of it?
You mean tell me you don't know what this is? Malt liquor, black man's beer, and champagne all mixed in one?
Malt liquor, huh?
Yeah, take a little taste of that stuff. Do you remember my grandpa, Ash? Yeah? Well, I'll tell you what. He used to drink at least one of these per day. He was one of the healthiest cats I knew. Until he died.
Yeah, he died.
At 107.
How did it affect his stamina?
Let me show you.
So, yeah, that just got me thinking about, well, first of all, I was texting you guys saying, because I wanted to have a themed drink, and he said, you know, like, you've never had malt liquor, the black man's beer with champagne mixed in, and I was like, oh, he made a shandy? So my wife was going out to get supplies, and I said, get me like a small thing of like Brut, you know, champagne and some malt liquor, and I'm going to try this shandy thing. And then she did, and then came back, and I was making the clips for the show, and I was like, I don't think he's literally saying it's beer and champagne mix. I think he's saying it has the qualities. It's the black man's beer, and it has the qualities of champagne in it, right? And you guys both agree that's what the spirit is.
I totally think that's what he's talking about. But I do think it was health juices mixed with his malt liquor.
Yes, that was what I was going to ask. What does she ask before he goes on his rampage?
On the table, tirade? That's also why I thought maybe he was mixing stuff, because on the table there's a plastic container of orange juice. So she's saying, like, why would you go and drink this health juice? I'm assuming, you know, it's the 70s, people were juicing.
Oh, so on top of in his stomach.
In your stomach,
not like
yes.
literally
so
topping
you drink
it.
this fresh squeezed juice full of vitamins and minerals, and then you're drinking malt liquor on top of that. Yeah. Yeah, that confused me as well the first time. So yeah. Anyway, I check out Champagne and the history of malt liquor and how it's advertised to different communities in the country. It's fascinating. Fun little rabbit hole to go down if you like beer.
Whore holes, little rabbits.
I feel like we should be talking about the pig more, but the pig is like so uninteresting.
So boring, man.
Like
He's
the worst
boringest villain. Like not even interesting as a. Jeff Bezos is a more interesting villain as businessmen go.
Oh, dick
like,
with ears?
Yeah. And like, he seems boring to me too. Like, hey, let's go to Mars. Like, fucking have an imagination, man.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Isn't that Elon Musk that wants to go to Mars?
They all do. All the billionaires do because they're so not interested in Earth, I guess.
They want to carve their name into it, like Chairface.
Yeah. They think it's going to be like Total Recall. They all sold Total Recall, and they're like, it's all three-titted women from coast to coast. And we're like, that's not going to happen in your lifetime. But they're hell-bent on burning the earth to the ground for a profit. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's very interesting as any sort of villain. Like, I'm trying to compare him to a Bond villain, and, like... Zorin completely like blows him away is more interesting. He's psychotic. Blofeld blows him away. The man with the golden gun has 3 nipples. He's more interesting. Like, I struggle to think of a Bond villain that's, Odd Job himself, played by this gentleman as a henchman, is actually more interesting.
Yeah.
Than him as a villain. It's fucking insane. Like they just, it's like they let him improv or something, or I don't really know what, but they didn't give him, I mean, like, I'm going to sell it to you. No, just wait. And he's like, you don't have it. Stop fucking me around. Stop dicking me around. You don't have it. Like, well, I have other people that'll pay. It's like watching Donald Trump be like, like, I have the laser codes to the thing that'll destroy the world, the weather bomb. Like, that's what he would do. It's like, oh, I got a guy that'll pay. And then, like, he's like, I got other people that'll pay. Like, he's doing it like a used car dealer.
So a weird question, too. Isn't there, like, a point in which he's about to get, like, $30 million for it?
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's a done deal at $30 million.
Yep.
And he's like, well, other people are willing to pay more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gets $50 million for it. But the trade-off of him getting $50 million is he has to show it works when he doesn't actually have anything. So he could have got $30 million and given him something that didn't work.
Yeah.
But instead,
so the only sorry, Ben.
He went for $50 million, and now he has to prove he has it.
Right, which he doesn't. So he was like doing a dumb, like, well, I'm gonna bluff. And I'm like, why would you bluff? You're getting $30 million for literally nothing. And then the guy called your bluff, and he's like, I need some proof, man. Like any reasonable person who is spending $30 million would do, would be like, I need some assurance you actually have something, because this is starting to smell fishy. You're putting me off and putting me off. This is starting to smell like some Nigerian prince shit. Like, I don't think you have shit.
So
and he goes, oh no, we do have it. In fact, and then he does like the used car dealer thing. There's like, well, I have several interested buyers, or like a fucking estate agent, like a real estate person. Like, oh, you better, I've had several people very interested in this. Like, he's doing that. Like,
yeah.
It's not really a villain thing. I mean, those people are villains. I'm not saying they're not.
But not on the scale you want to see in a movie.
Right. He's just like a supreme capitalist. It's not end of the world shit. He's got a fucking like weather bomb or whatever. Like, fucking act like it, dude. Act like you've been there. Don't be like, what do you want for it? He's acting like he's on fucking eBay.
So,
well, I Googled weather bomb machines, and I saw one went for $50 million. So, like, you should pay me what it's worth. Okay.
So the guy that we do know actually wants to buy this bomb is Mr. Verde, and that's the guy that's played by Aldo Ray. Mm-hmm. And he just spends most of his time hanging around the pig's place, just kind of saying, so you fuck with me or not? Like, I just want to play this clip of this guy because he had this really weird, like blown out voice, and he kind of sounded like Alex. He sounds like Alex Jones to me. Just let me play this clip.
I think you're stalling. I don't think you have Dr. Mason's bomb at all.
I have the test. It's a successful test.
You tested the bomb, I know that. But we also know a couple of other things. We know that Dr. Mason is dead, and we also know that his formula was hidden someplace. But that didn't bother us as long as you delivered. But you have not delivered, and my people are getting impatient.
And they're turning the friggin' frogs gay.
He almost sounds like Mel Brooks.
Yeah, he kind of does.
Like yelling into the microphone.
The thing about him is every time he fucking talked, I was doing this.
Yeah, I know.
Like, do you know that
Yes.
thing that like
Sympathetic response.
yeah, where I was like,
Yeah.
just fucking like just yell cut and clear your fucking throat, dude.
But that's his
And
voice.
there's a guy on, so there's this ad on like Pluto or something that comes up every once in a while, and it's for some sports network they have on there. And there's this guy, and he's like, we got the blah blah blah, we got this, we got the overs and the unders, and we're doing sports, baby. And he sounds like, I mean, it's just like so fucking crazy. It's like that guy amped up to 11, where I was like, dude, you should get your larynx checked out.
Yeah.
Like Harvey Fierstein level of like, where he's like, we got the unders and the overs and whatever. Like, he sounds like this. He sounds exact like Wolfman Jack, but not cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat fucking hamburger and then I'm gonna go bet on the horsies. That's right, baby. Yeah, it's fucking America. It's betting. It's sports, and that's the shit, baby. Tune in. You know, like, it's fucking like upsetting. This guy was that to me. This guy was like, I was like, okay, let's try it again. Yeah, okay, good. Like, if you're the director, you should be like, do you need like a glass of water? Or
I think that's how he talks. So, Joe, you know my love for the Schifrin's soundtrack for Dirty Harry.
Fantastic, yes.
This at one point almost reached that level.
Yes.
I want to play like my favorite piece of music in here. That
Was it
sounds
Car
like,
Chase?
I don't remember. Hold on.
All right, get him this time.
I'm just a sucker for when those drums come in like that, and it's all just super funky, like loose drumming like that. It kills me.
So I loved a lot of the music of the score in this, and like completely unironically, it wasn't like, ooh, it's like cheesy 70s shit or whatever. It was like, so it was like when you realize that like Herbie Hancock did the score for Death Wish. You're like, oh, that's right. Like, that's why it's good. Or Lalo Schifrin doing Dirty Harry or whatever, or Bullet.
Or Quincy Jones doing the Anderson tapes.
Yeah, a lot of Quincy Jones stuff where it's just like, holy shit, okay. And then you go, why is this so funky and cool? This sounded to me like that. Like, this is somebody who had like really good instincts, and I didn't research this to my discredit, but you know, this seems like we'd watched stuff before. There was a film we watched where I really liked, and this is in the early days, but I was like, there are some beautiful shots, even though this movie was fucking terrible. And it turned out that cinematographer.
Crater Lake Monster.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, good memory.
Thank you.
Yes, it was Crater Lake Monster, and the cinematographer went on to do great things.
Mhm.
And I was, you know, I had actually looked that up because I was like, these are some beautiful fucking shots in spite of this being a fucking disaster shit show of a movie. And it really is. And so I looked up the cinematographer or the DP or whatever, and he he went on to do great, really cool things.
Mhm.
And this is what this felt like to me. So I don't know if this guy went on to do cool shit, but
He
it
did not.
reminded me. Oh, that's a bummer.
He has 2 credits: this as composer, and he acted in The Night They Robbed Big Bertha's, 1975.
Wow.
That's a goddamn shame.
This was
Those are just
definitely
2
the
credits.
best music of anything I've watched with you yet, Matt.
Yeah,
Lady Street Fighter.
Yes, it was better than the music in Lady Street Fighter.
Okay.
It was not a better movie than Lady Street Fighter by any stretch.
Can I play the music that?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Joe.
Oh, I was just thinking it was unironically the best music. Like it reminded me of Cliff Martinez or David Holmes in terms of like if you did something like this today that felt like this musically, and you
Good
wanted
call.
to do it, one of those 2 guys is who you would get. You'd get like the guy that Steven Soderbergh was going to use, or the guy that he ended up using for like several movies to have that like funky cool feel.
Yeah. Can I play the I have a couple of things I want to play. The one of the odder ones that was probably a little more dated than it should have been. I think this is during a chase towards the end here. That felt to me like he showed up in the studio for like laying down the soundtrack and doing ADR, and Al Adamson's like, so you have the 4th chase scene, right? He's like, 4th chase scene? Yeah, 4.
Like,
I need a 4.
yeah, I got you.
No,
I got you, man.
I got that. It's out in my car. Give me 45 minutes. And he came back in with that.
I remember paying attention to that when it happened in the movie, and I was like, I should hate this because it's goofy and cheesy, but also like there was something about it that it like felt like it took chances in a movie where it didn't need to. So I loved it for that. Like it was like so kind of bananas in a thing that's like if you had a Road Warrior Mad Max knockoff, of which there are like, fucking 500. You'd be like, oh, okay, get out the synths and like whatever. But this, you didn't need to do that, and you did, and it works for me because it's like a weird Eno kind of choice.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm ascribing it too much genius, but it's so out of place that I fucking love it.
That's what the weird rub of this soundtrack is. It's like, I'm with you. Like, I love you guys. I'm with you guys. I love it. I love it. But it is fucking all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
That opening
bananas.
Taxi Driver, music, to that weird bleep bloop, which is what I just called that last track, to that cool Lalo Schifrin stuff. And then there's Ben's favorite song, which is playing in the whorehouse, Good Friends.
Just good friends.
Come on in, honey. My girls are all very good. Don't be bashful. They're very nice.
Hi, I'm Elaine. Rosemary.
Hi, my name is Dawn.
I'm Egypt.
Gail.
Christine.
Rusty.
And just a little bit more. For now, we're just good friends. We're nothing more than friends. Should you reveal there's some of me?
So that's the definition of irony, or I mean, that's like the most ironic thing in this film for sure.
What, to play that in a whorehouse?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely it's ironic. It's textbook ironic, but it's also like we're talking about a film that has no sense of humor about itself, and yet it did that. And that's what was baffling to me. I'm like, why are you doing this? You're having like this weird like Harold and Maude moment with the like And then weird, right? Like,
Dude.
it's the guy's not going to get laid for the first time.
I feel like.
Well, how long
Joe,
is that
this-
scene of like picking a prostitute? It's like, what was that? Almost a minute?
No.
Minute and a half?
No.
And it's just like them
25, 30
introducing.
seconds.
Well, it felt like forever.
I know. That's the magic
You know why
of
it
bad
felt
filmmaking.
forever? Do you know why, Ben? Do you know why it felt like forever? Because they show you all the prostitutes, and it's the ugliest lineup I've ever fucking seen. No.
Joseph.
Come
That
on,
is
man.
not nice. That's judgy, Joe.
It's
Oh, is it judgy?
2020.
Do you know how much Law and Order SVU I've watched? This is film, man. This is film. I've never seen a lineup of uglier whores. Like, it was my joke for it was they show all of them, and then they go to the guy, and I was like, what else you got? Like, it just, like,
Come back tomorrow.
Which is one of my
And it's
favorite
like,
parts.
Okay. Next, please.
Back to the song.
No.
though. Back to the song. I really think that was a case of something like, I don't know, Al Adamson not having the funds to get like a couple reels of this back from the lab, and the guy that owned the film processing lab's like, my cousin Johnny.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe we could get these back to you if you could put one of his songs in your movie. Feels like that. Like, sure, fine,
It's
whatever.
gonna be the new windmills in my mind, or whatever. Holy shit! Oh, it's gonna be out of place, but so is Windmills of My Mind in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. No, trust me, it's gonna be huge.
Oh man. What's weird, I like to let these conversations be organic and just happen because that's the way they should be. But I really thought we'd be talking more about Jim Kelly and Kung Fu than we are, but that's fine. I'm totally happy with this.
Well, I mean,
There's some good Kung Fu moments coming up next in the plot, I believe, right? Because right after this, he leaves the whorehouse and enters the island or whatever the location is, right?
Well, that's the thing. He sneaks
I don't want
out.
to mislead. I don't want to mislead the listeners to thinking there's an island. There is not an island. Nothing feels like an island. Aside from the first 5-10 minutes of the film, nothing feels like an island. And that's only because they say it's an island. And then thereafter, you're in Reno, baby. There is nothing like an island.
Can I ask
There's
you
at least some like showing up in a boat and then a boat chase later on for some reason.
I think that's supposed to be a lake.
Joe, you're a Californian. Can you? When did the Keep Tahoe Blue? When did that movement? Like, when could you not have a motorized boat in Tahoe?
Oh, I don't even remember.
Would that be before this, or could that have been Tahoe we saw, or would that be Shasta, or is that too far away?
I think it could have been a number of lakes in between L.A. and Tahoe, actually, because if they were in Reno and they were shooting somewhere outside of L.A., I remember as a kid, like, I was a place called Bass Lake. It didn't really look like that. That place looked like it was further north, honestly.
Yeah.
So it looked more like Tahoe to me.
Yeah,
but
totally.
But I couldn't say for sure.
Okay.
But yeah,
just curious, like, because I think what he was trying to do was be creative with location, and I think that was literally supposed to be, even though you saw the Mustang Ranch sign and it said Madam So-and-so as herself in the credits, I think that was supposed to be a different place, and it was on an island. I think it was because it's very clear that these people work for the pig. I think it was supposed to be the pig has this compound on an island off
outside
land.
of Reno.
Outside of okay, don't
an
damn it, Ben. Wait, let me just get through my thought, then pick it apart. There's an island that he has this compound on, and then somehow you get from there to the mainland, which is somehow connected to Reno very closely. But I mean, that's what the boat chase was all about.
Right.
Like the water is supposed to represent a separation between Reno and LA and this place, but it's not at all. It's very clearly just.
No, I felt like it was like they wanted something that was like what Catalina is to LA.
Yeah. Okay.
But then they were like, we got Reno. Reno's going to let us shoot there and give us a big tax break. So, and big lights. Like, so one of the things that I'm sure, like, you know, we've all noticed in B movies is like, it's why carnivals show up a lot and why swamps show up a lot. There are certain things that are motifs in low budget movies because they feel like easy visual candy.
Yeah.
Like they've like, oh, we can get a lot of B-roll at least. And
Yeah.
we can shoot in an inside in a fucking trailer. You know, we can build a plywood box and put up like wainscoting, and people will think we're in Reno because we did a bunch of B-roll rolling down fucking whatever Reno's main street is.
Right.
So, you know, Catalina is Catalina, LA is LA. It costs money to shoot in LA. You have to have permits and stuff. It was probably cheaper to shoot in Reno. So they're like, well, we'll fudge it. And then like the island thing, and then it just kind of didn't get sorted.
Right. But it can be done well, right? I mean, your point is like,
oh yeah,
it's a part of the craft. And when it's done, like, well, for instance,
absolutely.
Twin Peaks: The Return, none of that was filmed in Las Vegas.
Right.
A large portion of it takes place in Las Vegas, and I didn't know until I started. I had plans to go to Vegas for a business trip, and I wanted to find some of the locations to visit. That nothing except a drone shot of the Strip was even fucking shot there.
Right.
But
so
you can't
like
tell.
the suburban stuff. Like
right, but I mean, like the casino's not in Vegas. Like even the casino's in California. Like nothing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so it can be done well, is my point.
It can absolutely be done well, and there's, you know, I mean, and there's so much. The reason that, you know, the whole reason that people moved out to like LA in that area, and like, you know, besides oranges and lemons, is because you could shoot any time of year, and there was great, you know, vistas for shooting. You could do cowboy movies, you could do, you know, all kinds of different stuff. And so like Bass Lake, the one of the few lakes that I've actually been to like outside of LA, I remember it was like, oh, it was Uncle Buck was filmed there. So there was like the general store or whatever thing, and then you go down to the lake, and they had like a big one of those big cardboard displays like they would have in the lobby.
I thought you were talking about Great Outdoors for some reason. I mentally.
Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, Great Outdoors. Sorry.
Oh, that is what you're talking about. Okay.
It was Great Outdoors. It was Great Outdoors, not Uncle Buck. Great Outdoors. Sorry, John Candy. But yeah, it was Great Outdoors, and it was like, oh, that was filmed here. That was like our claim to fame. I was like, oh shit, okay. Like I didn't know anything about it until I was there, but they were like, well, yeah, that was filmed here. So it's like, you know, everything is down there to be filmed and filmable, and so you have to like be willing to not willing to pay those kind of fees to go outside and go like, well, fuck, you know. I mean, that's what's happening, like the thing in the culture in LA where they're like, oh, nothing's filmed in Hollywood anymore.
Right.
Like that's what they say now because everyone films in Atlanta or
Canada.
Vancouver or wherever the fuck, Connecticut. I don't know. Whoever's giving tax breaks, you know, probably Utah. I don't know. But they make it look like somewhere else, and that's been happening for a long time. And it's like certainly since X-Files was filming in Vancouver at very least. But yeah,
all right, I hate to be this guy, but can we talk about some kung fu for a minute?
Okay, let's go through this. What was your favorite? I want to know, Ben, what was your favorite punch first, and two-part question follow up. What was your favorite kick?
No, but seriously, what was your favorite part? Because I do have a favorite part I want to talk about.
So we mentioned the, I don't know, kung fu trope or whatever you want to call it earlier, but it was right after this part we're talking about when he hops back into the compound, is accosted by some gang, and he does that classic 100 punches quickly to the gut.
Yes,
I love that.
A bunch, and that's probably my favorite scene right there. When Lee's just kind of watching, he's doing these thousands of punches to the gut. The gang calls him a flop turkey or something. I don't even know what they
say.
Call
Black turkey.
Black turkey. Oh, that's way worse.
Yeah, that is way worse.
I heard flop turkey and thought it was kind of funny, but yeah, black turkey, that's not funny. And yeah, the 100 punches, that right there is my favorite. And then suddenly there's guns, which I don't like. Like suddenly guns are brought in instead of kung fu. Right? There's someone shoots someone and then the boat chase happens, I think.
Right.
I think when you have a kung fu thing and then guns come in, like it's your duty as a kung fu movie to take the guns out of the equation.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
A nice karate chop to the
hand.
Or a kick.
And wrestle it out. Yeah. Punch, kick, and like get the guns out and like, now we're doing this my way. We're going to punch kick because I'm the kung fu man.
Right.
Like, that's like if you have like what's the Chuck Norris show? The fucking, not the new one, but the Walker Texas Ranger. And it's like, like you're supposed to be a kung fu guy. And he's like, oh, get all my guys out there and then we'll shoot them and we'll be like, wow, I'm a Texas Ranger. And I don't know. It's dumb. It's like, it's supposed to be, kung fu is about nonviolence and not really shooting people, not killing people in the head
or extremely limited violence. Yes.
Yeah.
I think we should
slicing people's throats with
Haitian rings. Yes. But I think we should cover the climactic kind of final sequence, which is very long. But I wanted to share my favorite kung fu bit, which was at one point early on, Detective Jim Kelly's driving and a guy like accosts him on the road and like does the road shenanigans and runs him off the road. He jumps out of his car and the guy's standing there and then he says like basically come get some or whatever. And then like a bunch of dudes pop up in the woods all around. And then Jim Kelly produces some nunchucks and kicks everybody's fucking ass. That was my favorite.
The nunchucks were great.
Sequence of the whole film. He went to town and he took like 6-8 dudes down.
Well, and he took those guys on twice, right? Because he kicked their asses, and then it's like he took them out at one point, and then they come back, and he's like, "Oh, these guys again?"
Yeah.
Right. It was like the same guys, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna get our revenge." And he's
well,
like,
I think that.
And that's when Lee came in.
Yeah, the scene that Ben was alluding to outside of the Mustang Ranch when they all jump him. That's them saying when the leader of the guy says like, "Let's get him this time" or something. I think that was them.
They're like,
crew.
Remember us? Yeah.
We got our cups on.
Yeah. 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 This time, you're not going to fucking make me cry.
We're going to take a really brief break while I refresh my drink for the final run around the bases here. Is that cool?
Yeah. No, fast forward backward. Fast rewind.
Sure.
That's fine on like
one song.
Yeah.
Maybe two.
You're gonna leave me. But like that whole album has like fucking shut that shit up.
No, you're gonna miss him when he's gone. Like, you're really gonna miss him.
Like, give that guy another fucking job. Make him run the fucking soundboard or something. So
be the hype man.
Then fast forward to Modest Mouse.
Oh god. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Right? That's great on Dramamine. Brilliant.
Served him well for 20 years.
The second time you do it, 5 years later or whatever, oh, you're referencing yourself. Cool. Like, now you're popular.
5 years, dude. They did that EP for K Records like 2 years later, and we're already going back to that well.
Then you go back to that well like 4 fucking times. Anytime you're jamming and you're fucking in a corner, you're in an improv fucking guitar corner, you're gonna go like, fuck, no, Modest Mouse, you fucking suck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you can't keep going there. Like, it doesn't work that way.
No, it's not an eternal wellspring of creativity.
Should we wrap this thing up?
Yeah, I was gonna say we should probably. I'm debating whether or not to keep all this in there. I don't know how interesting it is to people that signed up for a Jim Kelly movie. I almost drank my whole drink while we were talking.
So
I wanted to come back to and just talk about the finale here, the big chase.
How long is that chase? I didn't time that.
So I watched this movie twice. I watched it once sober and once stoned out of my mind. And depending on which Matt you're talking to, it was either 15 minutes or 4.5 hours.
Split the difference.
I was guessing it was somewhere around 20, 25 minutes.
2 hours.
It was excessively long, and I was reading the IMDb user reviews, and someone I had no evidence to think that they were being facetious. Said like the only bummer is that the ending was like so fast, like the big climax sequence was over too soon. I was like, really? Was it? Because like they went through like 2 counties. And I feel like once you've changed your mode of transportation 3 times in a chase, you've kind of spent your audience's goodwill up, I think. I felt a little...
The film's budget, too.
And the budget, I mean...
So I actually thought when it first... Maybe not first. I don't know. I don't know how to handle this. But there was like... At first, there was an implied chase scene, right? And then some funky synth music. Like, it was like, oh, they're cutting out the chase scene and it's just going to be implied it happened and then we're going to end up somewhere. Cool.
Was that the bleep bloop music I played earlier?
I don't know.
Do you mean, wait, Ben, do you mean like, do you mean to say like the music means like elsewhere a chase is happening? That kind of thing?
It wasn't the music. It was like, it started like them getting in cars and then cut away.
Oh.
And then it's back on the cars.
Oh.
Like it cut away like, oh, we're going to cut this out and just show where they end up. But no, they cut away and then cut right back to the chase scene.
Okay, so for the person at home who hasn't seen this, there's a car chase that ends at docks, right? And then they commandeer a boat. Am I remembering this right?
Yeah.
And then there's a boat thing and a couple impressive sequences, in my opinion, of a stuntman. He knocks 2 henchmen out of the boat. They're going pretty fast, and that's like an open fucking blade like motor.
Yeah,
like, that was actually I was like impressed.
That was I thought so too. I thought a little scary that they like. I was like, be sure to fall off the side. Like I was worried for those guys, which took me out of it a little bit.
And I don't remember what happens when the landfall. How the chopper gets involved? You might have to refresh my memory.
Oh, so wait. They dock the boat, right? Wait, is this before the? I can't remember because they dock the boat.
When did the boats happen?
Well, here's the thing: is that they dock a boat, they get in the boat, they dock a boat, they get off, they go up, then it's pew pew pew. And then
those guys, they're trams.
They got on a tram.
Then those guys get
like
away.
That's why the helicopter came in.
Right, but those guys get away, and then they get on a boat and go away. And then I was like, oh, shit, I guess there's another boat right there, too.
No, you're wrong.
Guys get away on the boat.
Once they get on the tram, they commandeer a helicopter and go up to the top of a mountain, and that's when it becomes a foot race with dynamite and a helicopter.
Oh my god, the fucking.
But then there's also, you don't see this often in action movies. I feel like there was like a hard stop while someone was reloading their revolver.
I noticed that too. They did that a couple times where they're like, "Shit, you never see this." It's like showing somebody stopping to take a shit because they're like, hold on, and then they're like taking bullets out one at a time and putting them in a revolver, and I was just like, wow.
It's like the editor saw one bad Western where he's like, he shot 7 times.
Yeah.
You can't do that. If I ever edit a movie, I'm going to make sure and show them reloading.
That continuity editor.
He got that tattoo like Memento on his forearm.
Yeah. That continuity girl was like, holy shit, this guy's a fucking stickler.
Yeah.
He's like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Gotta show a reload. Because he shot 2 in the last scene.
So you're right. Like there's like the helicopter chase as the guys are in the tram, and then they're at the top of a mountain. And does does he jump like out of the helicopter onto one of the henchmen?
Yes.
Am I remembering that right? That was actually kind of cool.
Onto the pig, I think.
Was it onto the pig?
Because the pig is not the final enemy. The Haitian guy is the final enemy. So yeah, somehow he gets. Also, I was impressed, you guys, by the way that they're running down this ravine, essentially on the top of this mountain. Again, the geography is so fucking weird. But there's a helicopter chucking bundles of dynamite down, and they're running through these explosions that were relatively close. And there's one shot.
Yeah.
It's either
There's
his
one
double,
where that should have fucked a dude up.
or it's Jim Kelly, but he's jumping over a charge as it's exploding, and it looks fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
So
there was one. You're
quick
right.
correction, I think. It's not the helicopter dropping dynamite.
Good.
It's like a prop plane that shows up, right? Because there's the helicopter, and then there's now a plane shows up.
You're right. Thank you.
And at first he's just taking pot shots at Jim Kelly.
Right. You're right.
But
Sorry.
then he started throwing dynamite, and that actually is pretty cool, like you said. That was a pretty
There's
enjoyable.
a straight up explosion that like to where it's like, oh man, if you were right next to that, like, that seems like a delay of game.
So how does the pig meet his end?
So the plane lands, that dynamite chucking plane lands, right?
Yeah.
And the pig gets on it, and then it takes off. Again, with the pig on it. And then I think Ash takes 3 shots with his revolver and blows that plane out of the air.
Oh, that's right.
He perfectly hits the dynamite or something?
Or the gas.
You're giving it too much credit.
Yeah.
You shoot things, they blow up. Come on.
Okay. And then there's a cliff top final battle with the Haitian henchman.
Is that
That's
true?
before?
No, I thought he blew him out.
He does a karate kick.
He does like a kick and is freeze framed.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, so he kills the Haitian first and then he shoots the plane?
Yeah.
Okay.
He fucking shoots it and the plane blows up.
And then he does like his first like showy maneuver, because everything else, remember, is quick jabs.
Yeah.
He does like roundhouse kick and is freeze framed.
Yeah, that was a very bizarre ending to this film. And then the credits roll in a freeze frame of him in midair, blurred, kicking.
Yeah, it's a very like Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo kind of like, it's like, don't, fight the dragon kind of, like, oh, okay. He'll be back and, he'll fight, I don't know.
He will not be back.
Blofeld or something.
Nope. His girlfriend died. He's done.
Oh, he's going to retire after a kick like that? You think?
He pulled a groin muscle.
Yeah.
So, is there anything we didn't talk about, you guys, in this film that we wanted to touch on before we go into judgment?
Nope.
Oh, no, I have one more thing.
Sure.
There was a turtle.
Yes, the snapping turtle.
Well, no, there was that creepy turtle in the box, too, that we forgot to talk about. But there was just a normal turtle hanging out at the pig's joint.
Yeah.
Eating grapes. Like, it would just zoom in on this turtle eating grapes.
One of my favorite parts of the movie, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Renee was watching with me, and she just said, "Oh, I want a turtle. Like, we're getting a turtle now." Like, great. So
I'm hungry for grapes and also turtles.
I have a question though, because the pig was really into turtles. He had that one. He had a snapping turtle as a weapon. Was the name as an evil guy the turtle taken? So he had to fall back to the pig. Like, why was he not called the turtle? He really liked turtles.
I kind of felt like the cops only called him the pig. No one called him the pig in his like henchman circle or the prostitute.
By the way,
they called him Mr. Sandamasino. Is that right?
Why? Yes. Why the fuck would you pick Harold Oddjob Sakata to play Santa Massino, who will serve no wine before his time? That was so weird. I mean, I don't mean to be all, old school, like, oh, your ethnicity has to reflect your surname, but like Santa Massino? Whatever. Neither here nor there. Just
Wait a
was
minute.
Ricardo not Montalban not available?
Hold on. Let me check the register of the Riverside Santa Messinos. Oh, yes, you do have a reservation. You and one turtle? Okay.
That was the only thing I felt like that was missing from our conversation was the turtles. So.
There was also one clip I wanted to play before we went into judgment here. This is the point when Dr. Mason's escaped assistant with the microchip with the bomb data in her scalp, her forehead tissue, is captured, and they're trying to make her give up the information. She hasn't said that she has this micro dot in her scalp, and he threatens her with a snapping turtle.
Talk! He's hungry. One bite and he'll make you flat-chested. Talk! Ah, such a weak baby. She can't talk like that.
Sorry, I just thought that was weird.
That was weird. I had that one noted too.
Yeah.
There was a lot of actual like boob talk. Like at one point he was complaining about the new girls having tiny tits.
Yes, can we play that? We're just doing a clip dump at the end here.
I think we're going to stay a little longer than we expected.
So I can see. Well, you own the place.
Which reminds me, your new girls have such tiny tits.
I'm sorry you don't like it. I thought I was doing a pretty good job.
Oh, you know you can do me a favor. Tatupu hasn't been functioning well lately. He committed a major blunder. I think he needs to get laid.
None of my girls would touch him with a 10-foot pole. Don't you spit in my place, Abe.
Office politics, you know?
Well, we haven't really talked about that there's that bad guy.
Yeah, we talked about his ring. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess. What's his name?
Don't make me guess. I don't know.
Was he Gallagher?
Laughing
Gallagher?
Yeah.
Gallagher?
Someone was called Gallagher.
Watermelon Man.
I don't think it was that, though.
I mean, if it was Gallagher, it was Watermelon Man. Right?
Anyway, yeah. But let's see in IMDb he's just called Pig's Henchman, but he has a name, just no one knows what it is.
Yeah, it's Laughing Spitting Man, and it's Watermelon Man, and it's Gallagher.
So
let's agree to agree.
Let's agree to
Let's just agree to agree.
But let's also agree to do final judgment. And Ben,
yes.
Talk to me.
So as I stated earlier, I really enjoyed the music. I feel like this is what 10-year-old me would have thought an action movie was supposed to be. And we also discussed how it was like a 70s low-budget, terrible, cheesy, more nudity version of a Bond film. It could be about 40 minutes shorter, but I think it's still cool. I would definitely drink 5 or 6 beers, sit down with some friends, and watch this.
Nice. I accept that. Joe?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Ben to a degree. As I said before, I really like the score. Unironically, I thought there was a lot that it didn't deliver. Excuse me. I think that it could have gone way crazier with either action or tongue-in-cheek or something. I mean, like, when a Bond film can out-camp you and you're doing this and you have Odd Job and a one-time Bond, like, you're doing something wrong. And then you have Kung Fu, like, it could have been this thing could have been bananas. And it wouldn't have had to really reach far to get there, especially with a weather machine MacGuffin.
Yeah.
So it really falls short for me. I would put this on in the background of a party for fun, I would not probably recommend that people sit through it in quarantine instead of some other fucking thing. So I'm going to say trash, but that's kind of with qualifications. It's sort of like it's trash based on the expectations that the film itself set up.
Fair enough.
I can see that it totally could have been amazing, right? In that super over the top crazy way.
Like they only had to push it further in any one kind of way, like a Roger Moore Bond way, or a Rudy Ray Moore way, or a Jackie Chan way, or do you know what I mean? Like there's like all you had to do was like you had all that, and instead all you ended up with was kind of like malto meal. And to me that's kind of unforgivable because you had all this, like you had all these elements that like you really could have, like you had all the notes and somehow you didn't make jazz.
Well, there's only 12 notes a man can play.
Yeah, well, it's about the order, isn't it?
I'm just quoting Beastie Boys at you, Joe. God, you're so defensive. I'm going to have to side with my brother Joe here. This one gets a tepid trash from me. I would never dissuade anyone from watching it, but I couldn't recommend it. I again, echoing Joe, all the pieces were here for a really cool, strange little film, and it just didn't gel. Music cues, kung fu chops, premise. If someone besides ADAMSON were at the helm here, and I think the guy who wrote it was called named Harold Hope, if someone had written it a little more tautly, this would have been amazing. It would probably be considering a classic now, but it was just a little slack and loose and everywhere it needed to be tight. And I just, I could pass over it. So I love Jim Kelly and I like some of the music here, but I can't wholeheartedly give it a cool. So Ben, you're golden. You don't need to do an antidote. However,
oh shit! Wait, does that mean it's on me? Antidote time?
You and me, yeah, you first.
All right. So, antidote. Here's my antidote for this. It's a film I'd seen a couple times, love it, and just recently saw it because it was airing on Pluto, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, start from beginning. And it is 2011's Haywire from Steven Soderbergh, director. Let's see, what can I say about this film? The reason it's an antidote to this is it is a tight little action film, action drama thriller. It has the intrigue that this film didn't. Steven Soderbergh is famous for editing his own stuff, and that shows in this film. It stars Gina Carano, who was an MMA fighter, and she does a lot of like little close-in fighting. She plays somebody who's a black ops person who's been betrayed in a mission and is trying to find out who wronged her and why. And one of the things that I like about it is that, first of all, the fighting, the action of it is so good. It's like way better than like a Bourne Identity kind of thing. It doesn't do all the wire work and all that kind of stuff. It's like it's very real, but it's still impressive. The other thing is that the tale is sort of told out of time, which I know is a thing that people have seen a lot since Pulp Fiction is a very famous example. But we're thrown in the middle of this story with this person who's been betrayed, and she's meeting somebody to try and work out the thing, and then she takes hostage somebody who helps her and describes to him everything that has happened to her up to that point and makes him remember it. So we see all that in flashback. And then once everything gets up to that point, then we see everything else. But it's like a very taut, like, little action thriller, and it's very, very, very well done. And it's pretty much like a contrast to this. And it's very close in fighting and nice, neat little stuff. I don't know. It's a great picture.
Cool. I will check it out. It looks like it's available on Netflix, Tubi, and Vudu, all for free.
Absolutely.
Provided you have Netflix, which everybody does, right? Great. Cool. Mine's going to go a little bit closer to home. If you're new to this kind of stuff or wanting to stick in the 70s, I think it's not free, but Enter the Dragon is the gold standard for 70s action kung fu movies. That's where I first saw Jim Kelly, and that's where I really got into him. But I'm not going to recommend that because it's not free, and I'm trying to be quarantine and unemployment sensitive here. So that also rules out my second choice, which is Black Belt Jones, which is his shining moment as a film star, in my opinion. But there is a film you can see for free that was made starring Jim Kelly and directed by the same director, Al Adamson, from a couple years before this, and it was called Black Samurai. And fortunately, this had a better source. This was actually based on a series of pulp novels in the 70s called Black Samurai. I believe there's like 7 of them. And they were written by Mark Olden, who was an African-American pulp writer. So they're pretty cool. And this one's based on, I think, like the 6th one called The Warlock. So it's got like a cult, like like a satanic cult leader or something in it. It's a little more focused than this one is because it's coming from a pulp novel. So while it's kind of Fu Manchu fluff nonsense, it's also really fun just in the sense that it's bigger and more focused than this one is. So you can see Black Samurai for free on YouTube. The search term you might want to use, it's kind of hard to find, is USA Kung Fu Classic Black Samurai 1977. You can find the full feature film there under that name. I recommend that. That's my antidote. I love Jim Kelly. And I was surprised. I went through my blaxploitation film guide. I have a few of those, but reading some, reminiscences from like Fred Williamson and some of his other stars of the era, and they were all kind of chuckling in retrospect, talking about how terrible of an actor he was and how notoriously awful he was to work with as in dramatic scenes. And I didn't think he was that bad. Like, especially like in Enter the Dragon and Black Belt Jones, like he seemed like he's obviously not trained in any way, but he seemed like a natural kind of like just okay actor, like where I don't notice his inability to act, so he seems okay to me. But
no, he seems fine. Like
he was definitely better than Odd Job.
Yeah, I don't. That's the thing is like I have no problem with his charisma. Like he's got it. I mean, he's not an actor, but he's one of those guys that if you gave him a chance and he did a few films, he'd get it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, going back to my recommendation, Gina Carano, who's the star of that film, is an MMA fighter. She's never acted a day in her life, and she does great in that. And she's but part of it is she's surrounded by, Channing Tatum and Michael Douglas and
Antonio Banderas.
So big talent.
So she's like made confident in this thing, and she's very good. Like it's that thing where it's like musicians make better actors than vice versa.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And rappers. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather see Mos Def in a movie than go see Billy Bob Thornton play music. It's just gonna work that way.
He'll shout you down for that, but yeah, I agree with you.
But yeah, I want to like Ice Cube became a nice little actor, didn't he? You know,
Yeah.
like it's because you've already got the role playing in you, and like so she was like an MMA fighter, so it's like all you have to do is fight, and then like you have a good director behind you, then they're gonna go, no, I can. Okay, I know you're gonna know how to do the fight stuff, so I just have to tell you how to do the lines. That's
Right.
easy.
Just get out of your head. Just act.
Yeah. So, but I think Jim Kelly could have got there because he's super charming. I think he's a very charming, like he could have been super huge.
Yeah. So thank you. I agree with you. And so Black Samurai, check that out for like it's definitely got some it's very pulpy, so it's got some live action Scooby Doo almost kind of sequences where it's like a live action cartoon at a couple points, but it's highly entertaining. So yeah, Haywire from Soderbergh was Joe's and mine is Black Samurai. And Ben enjoyed the film, so he doesn't have to do anything. Guys, thank you so much for checking out The Pig's Revenge, whatever the fuck you want to call this.
Pig's Revenge.
What's the 12th title?
How are you guys holding up before we check out here? This is a revival, right? So part of this is like acknowledging that we're all in a pandemic here. So.
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean,
I'm working
I don't
full time. I got a puppy. I'm doing well.
You jogging?
No, God. No, I'm drinking beer.
So am I.
The working man's jogging.
I have been exercising more since this started, but I'm offsetting that with
myself doing that, but I'm not doing that.
No, but I'm offsetting with way more alcohol. I was eating and drinking constantly. I cut the food part out. So now I'm just having too much beer or bourbon.
Yeah, our puppy has not liked going for walks even until very recently. So I'm hopeful that she'll be better at walking and then I can start jogging with her. But until then, I sit on the couch and drink beer.
I tried to run with Callie, my black lab, today, and she wants to stop and mark. I didn't know female dogs first at this point. I didn't know before her that female dogs marked their territory like males did. I thought that was a male thing. But she wants to pee everywhere a dog is peed, so you can't jog more than like 20 yards without stopping. So she's a terrible, terrible jogging partner.
I've jogged with my parents' mini Australian Shepherd, and she's actually pretty good. She's a terrible dog in general, but at jogging, she's pretty good.
Yeah. What are you guys watching?
Oh, wait, me?
I don't know. I'm just throwing out there. We just watched Devs on Hulu, which is from Alex Gardner, the guy that did Ex Machina and Annihilation. Stars Nick Offerman. Fucking loved it. It was brilliant. I'm really into that Alex Gardner.
Sorry.
And then we just picked up, just started Ozark season 3, which is a series we love. Started that last night. So yeah, what are you guys watching?
Do I need to watch that Ozark? That's good,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay,
Jeff,
that's good.
watch Ozark.
Okay.
That it got saddled with this Breaking Bad light thing at the beginning, which is totally unfair.
Okay.
And, it's its own beast.
I don't even know because unreliable. When people recommend shit to you, you're like, fucking nobody knows shit about shit because people recommend shit to you, and you're like, you ain't shit.
Ozark is a beast.
Okay.
Watch it. You'll love it.
Okay.
I've actually not watched anything since we last talked, Matt. I've been playing The Witcher. We've not watched much TV.
The Witcher.
No, I'm on the final.
The push.
The final whatever downloadable content.
See, I think if I play The Witcher, it won't take me nearly as long because I don't like to gamble, so I won't play that card game, which seems to be a big part of it.
I've not been playing it either.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm definitely, and it's not gambling. It's more like a board game. It's definitely not gambling so much.
Oh, okay. But I also obsessively do every side mission that I'm offered.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it will take me a while.
It'll take you forever.
Okay. Like if somebody wants you to go pick a flower 50 miles away, I will do it. I was raised Catholic, so
you could probably spend 40 hours picking herbs.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
Oh, is this the Animal Crossing shit?
No, this is The Witcher. This is a
what's wrong?
action role playing thing based on some.
Take that back. I finished watching the Witcher Netflix series. I did do that.
And
Oh, you mean The Witcher?
The Witcher.
It's The Witcher.
What I enjoyed about it is it's like halfway between like a good modern drama series and like a sci-fi the channel original motion picture.
So it's almost good.
Okay.
So
It's like right between those. But not
so
mediocre.
You're saying it's almost good. Like it's almost good.
It's almost really good.
It's goodish.
Okay.
It could have with a little finesse been like the first 5 seasons of Game of Thrones, but it wasn't.
Okay.
Or it hasn't been yet. Who knows? Maybe it gets more budget.
So I'm 99.879% down with Breath of the Wild. So if I can just find 3 Korok seeds, I'm done. But unfortunately, I've been using an online interactive map and checking them off when I find them, and I thought I was done, and the game says I'm not, so I'm fucked.
You're screwed.
Are you playing Suicide.com? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm playing Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Oh, okay.
Which is the best game I've ever played personally. But
okay.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point where it's like, go take a picture of every thing that exists in the game for your compendium.
Burn every bush in the land.
Yeah, like it's getting weird because I like the game so much. I don't want it to end, but it's getting a little weird. So
I understand the Zelda for sure.
Yeah.
Like even if I don't know that, like Zelda is a thing that transcends generations where I'm like, oh yeah, you're just fucking running around hitting stuff and burning stuff. Yeah. You're at that point.
Yeah.
You're like making your own map. I get it.
Before this one, Joe, the last one I played was the last NES game, the sequel. So I haven't played anything after 1989. So I've got a lot of catching up to do. I'm like using my Wii to use a virtual console and buy all the old games like Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. So yeah, I'm getting weird. The quarantine's getting weird.
I'm back where you are. I'm like, yeah, Legend of Zelda, maybe the next one. Like, I get it. Yeah, absolutely.
So Matt, I'm probably about a week from being able to socially distance and drop off Witcher with you, I think.
Okay, we can do a trade if you want.
I'm down. That was on my list to buy. I actually just purchased Skyrim, and that's going to show up for my Switch soon, I think.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do a long-term trade. All right. Well, thank you guys for chatting with me tonight and talking about Jim Kelly, one of my 70s heroes. Anything else you want to tell the folks out there?
Stay nasty and be excellent to everyone, like Bill and Ted said. Right? I don't know.
I'm waiting for that sequel. I know that Hollywood stopped, but I was kind of excited for that third Bill and Ted movie.
Hey, man, no, that's happening. That is happening.
No, it is. I follow Alex Winter on Twitter. It's going.
Follow Ed Solomon on Twitter. He's
Ed Solomon?
Yeah, Ed Solomon. He's the co-writer of that thing. He's great on Twitter.
I thought Chris Matheson wrote.
It's Chris Matheson and Ed Solomon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And he's great on Twitter. And I read the script. I don't know how much it's changed, but I read the script years and years ago when they were shopping around, and it wasn't getting picked up, which was insane because it was like, you guys can make this for a song, and fucking nostalgia shit, reboot shit is all that was happening in Hollywood, and so it was insane. It wasn't getting picked up, but now it sounds like it's kind of on. So
yeah, I would not be surprised if it was a totally different beast now.
Yeah, I think the fundamental things will be there in the script.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah. I think like based on what I read, it's like It's that or nothing. Like it very much is a. Yeah, it wouldn't be like well, it's not really what we wanted.
Right.
Like it has to be. It very much the main beats of the story have to be what it is, or they wouldn't let it happen.
Okay. Cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for That's Cool, That's Trash. I'm Matt Howell.
I'm Joe Kincher.
And I'm Ben McClure.
And you folks out there, stay home, stay safe, stay sane, stay trashy.
Don't get COVID.
That's trash.
It's garbage, folks.
Hey, Black Turkey,